What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I am back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Riva. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video, but we all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And as you can see by the title of this video, we are going to be watching an interview with Miss Jeannie Mai. And I definitely am interested in this whole situation right now because, as if you guys don't know, she's a host on The Real. She was married for a long time. Got divorced. One of the reasons why she got divorced was because she did not want any children, and there's been a lot of speculation as to why she's pregnant right now, even though she is remarried as well, as we all know, to rapper Young Jeezy. So I just want to jump into this video and figure out what the talk is about, and figure out what she has to say and how she explains herself. So let's just go ahead and jump right in.
Hi, Shan.
Hi,
Boo. Hi.
I am over the moon for you.
Yeah, really?
I really am. So there's a school of thought that when you get with somebody, they're supposed to love you for who you are. And you're not supposed to change for love.
Yeah.
Because love is about acceptance. And if you have to change for love, then it's not the right person for you.
Right.
But you changed a lot.
A lot. I don't agree with that school of thought because I don't expect somebody to change for me, but I want them to grow and to become better versions of themselves for them. Like my favorite quality in a person that I think is so attractive is self-awareness. I love when someone's self-aware, to be like, you know what? That was kind of narcissistic of me, or that was kind of selfish of me, or that, and then whatever you see when you call that out, do what you got to do in order to kind of grow out of that, or stop, or draw a boundary between you and that person. For example, I have a really hot temper. Not a lot of people know this, but it's just something in my family. I've seen it in my grandmother. Saw it in my grandfather, to my grandmother, to my mom, to my aunts, to me, right? But I didn't notice it in myself until I was with Jeezy.
Interesting. You didn't notice in your previous marriage?
No, because it has to do with the type of relationship you have and the type of respect you have for that person to mirror things back to you, where you actually would stop you in your tracks and evaluate yourself.
That's a huge point. That's a huge point because in a lack of a better word, she's saying that to say it. When you're in a relationship, it's a mirror to yourself, right? It exposes your traumas, unhealed parts of yourself, negative parts of yourself, things that you need to change, things that you need to work on. When you're in a relationship that you're in love with the person, there's a lot of people who are in relationships with people who they don't love that much, don't respect, don't hold to a high standard. So they don't really see the things that they need to work on because the other person is oblivious. They're oblivious. They would never change or work on those things with that person or for that person. So it's hard for them to realize the things that are wrong within them. So I think that's a really great point that she's saying. Like, in my previous marriage, no, I didn't see that. But with him, because of the type of relationship we have, because of the type of connection we have, I'm realizing my faults.
So you had it.
So I had it, but nobody ever called me out on it. Also, in my line of work, sometimes being a boss isn't so great for you because you have a lot of people who just agree to what you want. They're yes men, right? And so I didn't notice that I had a hot temper until I got with Jeezy, and here's a person who is my equal and I really respect. And when I would spew some of my old habits, and he was like, like, who? That's not flying here. And also, it would trigger him to come back at me with things where I was like, who the fuck do you think you are? But I was triggering him. So through work, we learned that we both have certain habits that to the everyday person, from friends, family, fans, they'll never see it. But to the person who loves us deep enough, you can press that button and boom, the dragon comes out. And we both have it. So we had to work on that. But he never told me to fix my temper. I just saw it and I thought, unless I want to stay in this place where I lose this person I love and I stay in my comfort zone of doing what I want to do and function the way I have for the last 40 years where nobody else had to stop me.
Which obviously has done quite well for you.
Right, I could have. But this was something greater that I wanted, and also a great challenge to myself to say, what if, now that I know it exists and the dragon's there, what if I got rid of that? How do I kill that dragon or store it in its place so that it never creates havoc in my life? And that took work. So for me, I think I don't want somebody who doesn't change. I want you to change and grow. If it means growing into an even better version of what I fell in love with.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big point that she made that I think that a lot of women are not willing to do, is to realize, as the host said, she's like, oh, well, it worked for you because look how successful you are. Yeah, but success and being in a relationship with somebody who cares for you, that's going to hold you down, that's going to have your back above all else, those are two different things. Sometimes the things that you need to do to be successful are the things that you also need to tame to be in a successful relationship. So, she's saying like, oh, well, you could have not changed. And Jeannie Mai is like, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I could have not, but I would have lost him. And a lot of women don't take that into account. They think, oh, well, take me as I am. It doesn't matter. Love me for me. If you don't love me, oh, well. And in actuality, that's more of a hindrance to their own self-growth.
Theory is called the self-expansion theory, and it essentially says that humans are unique to other animals in that rather than just needing the basics of food, water, shelter, safety, belonging, we also need achievement. And that's what makes us different. So we are just as driven to find somewhere safe to sleep at night as we are to get up in the morning and strive for something.
Yes.
So when we're in a relationship, it's an opportunity for achievement because you can learn something else. You see the world broader. You have a new circle.
That.
So
when you're in a relationship, it's an opportunity for achievement.
Yes.
That is why I'm in my relationship. You just nailed it right there. What's that thing called again?
Self-expansion theory.
I'm all about the SET. Yes. That is me. Everybody always asks, why in this relationship has it changed you? Has it made you softer and different in these different ways? And of course he's a great man, but what is it beyond his looks or his accolades that make me so attracted to this relationship and working for it? Like actually working for it, like changing myself, growing, doing things. It's the ability to achieve. It makes me actually like myself more.
I want to say something that someone,
and I think it's a big point to make, that you can be in relationships, but like when you're in a relationship with somebody who has a strong personality, who's a strong man, like alpha man, like how they say alpha male, they're not going to let you do certain things. Like it's just something that's just not going to be acceptable. They are going to point out your flaws. They are going to point out the things that you've done wrong or are doing wrong, the disrespect, and it ultimately is going to make you a better person if you decide to work on those things. The problems that people have in relationships is that they will get with someone who is an alpha male, and they are, number one, either trying to turn them into a beta male and trying to dominate them because they see somebody who's so powerful and they want to compete with that person and be more powerful than them, or they, like I said, they have that mentality of like, oh no, like me as I am, take me as I am, da 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 da, not realizing that the work that you're doing within the relationship is bettering yourself and is actually going to be a better outcome for you as a person.
To me, and I want to know what your reaction to this is. Okay? So we're going to role play. I'm going to say, okay. Jeannie, the last time that I saw you, because I haven't seen you in a long time, you didn't want to have kids.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've evolved into a woman who knows that it's her time to share a life and to give life. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
You really dug in there with that evolve. You really... Ooh, I didn't like that one. I'm trying to process it because I'm forgetting you were role playing, but I was like... What do you mean by evolve? Like, it has nothing to do with whether or not I chose to have kids. Evolving to me just means growing into understanding and accepting myself more. And that could also mean not choosing to have children. But that right there hit so low below the belt because you almost made me feel like I was stuck in a place that I would never recognize was lower than other women out there. That because now I changed my mind, I've caught up. And that is insulting. I really don't understand why And moms, now that I'm a mom, I'm speaking to moms out there too. I don't love when moms make you feel like they feel bad for you if you don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
They actually sympathize, like, but you don't know. There's the real love of a mother. There's nothing like it. And you'll never experience life until you see it this way. And those things, I try to play devil's advocate, and I see what you're saying in the sense of another type of love. I'll never know that until I've experienced it. Yes, that is true. But that doesn't mean I will be shorted on the type of love that is available for me because I didn't choose to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so when moms, which happened my whole life, looked down upon me because they were like, oh, poor thing, she doesn't get it.
Because you'd also hate the person who is super rich and you offer them a bottle of wine. They're like, oh, you don't know. You actually haven't really had. Have you not been to the Himalayan mountains?
Right.
There's a cave. You got to go. You won't experience wine until then. You're like, fuck you, bitch.
Yes.
My $7 bottle of wine is delicious.
And it works for me.
Yeah.
And it gives me a damn good time. And if you try some, you probably know.
Right.
For me, I feel great just saying, I changed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just changed my mind. I have always worked on growing, healing, and evolving. And when I look at when I didn't want to have kids, I was really happy and content with where I was, but I was still trying to grow.
I don't know if it's that you just changed your mind. I don't know if it's that you just changed your mind. I think maybe being with the right person and being to the level of evolution, like the woman said, evolved, may have changed your mind subconsciously and you're not aware of it. And I do agree with the sentiments of how mothers can be like, oh, you don't have any kids? When are you going to have kids? Why don't you have kids yet? Why don't you, that constant hounding. Sometimes it's because, they just want you to slow down a little bit. They want you to be like them where they can't be so mobile, and they want a group of people who are just like them that can't be as mobile and as free as a person who doesn't have any children. As she said, some women, like, oh, well, you don't know love until you have children. Yes, that's true as well. Some women do say that. But I do feel like as much as it is our right to have children, as much as it is, something that women are capable of doing. Not all women, but a lot of women are capable of literally bearing children. I do feel like it is a lifestyle choice. I feel like it's a lifestyle choice. Some women, they just don't see themselves as being a parent, and I don't think there's a reason to hound them or beat them over their head if that's not what they want to do for their own lives. They can have reasons. They cannot be financially stable, because there's a lot of women lately now who are, we see them like, taking their own life and leaving the kids behind because they literally cannot bear the responsibility. So I think that everyone has to do what's comfortable for their own lives. And I do agree that is some, like, it can be insulting when people are telling you things and she's like, listen, I'm fine. She was fine in that state. But it's beautiful to see that she's gotten into a relationship where she's evolved. She's bettering herself. And yes, now she is getting the opportunity to bring life to this world with a man that she loves and respects and adores. And that's amazing to see.
Today, let's just say I didn't have a child. I'd still see myself as evolved and continuing to. You never become fully evolved, right?
Right.
But something happened and I just changed my mind. I said, you know what? And it really is, because I'm in a trustworthy relationship and I also am not being so hard on myself anymore and I've healed. I changed my mind and I said, you know what? I want to be a mom. I chose it. I decided to shift my perspective and choose this for myself.
You're finding yourself now in this space where not only do you love yourself more through the partnership that you're in and like yourself more, which I think is very, very different.
Yeah.
Liking yourself in reflection of your partner, but you now are creating something with your partner, which is another life.
Yes.
Have you thought about what does the next version of you look like with baby Jay in your arms?
As an American, it's my responsibility to understand the lives and the needs of the cultures that exist around me. So whether it's Black, Native American, Hispanic, I live and dwell with all of my neighbors that are of different races. So I need to understand what each journey is, because not everybody is the same.
Right.
But then now, being married to a black man, I need to understand even more his journey and his perspective so that I can be of genuine support and allyship to him. But then now having a blood child who's going to be of those mixed races, I need to learn even more and adopt it, because I can't have this black child only be grown up to know Vietnamese culture. This black child can't just be Vietnamese and not, understand where his or her ancestors come from, or what hardship the Jenkins had to go through specifically, or what black people had to go through to get a voice in this country. Like, there's so much more now, because you carry the blood of lineage in of so many who have done so much and died to be in your place,
Yeah.
I love her for this. I love her for that, for her acknowledgement, her empathy for her child, to say, like, I want to be able to understand and go in front of and help you navigate through. And, it's very easy when there's two different races that get together that have a baby, for the baby to genuinely be one-sided and be completely oblivious to the other side of it, that child's self or their culture. So I like that she's saying this, that she's so, like, interested in trying to get knowledge in, his background, her husband's background, all other races, everything, because now she's going to be, the mother of a black son, and that's important for her to do that knowledge. And that says a lot about her as a person as well. But I want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Let me know your honest feedback about how you guys feel about this video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you're not following me on Instagram, again, my Instagram is @RIVAH_JORZON. And I post a video here every single day. The time varies, but if you hit that notification bell, it will notify you as soon as I post. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.